Hey guys, so welcome back.
Hi.
What's up? So, we went to our first meeting, which was last week, Tuesday. Aurora's gonna come say hi probably. She wants to go outside because her food's out there.
Say hi.
Say hi, Aurora. Alright, so we got back from our first meeting last week. We had it. We just want to run over some things that we did. And yeah, we're kind of just gonna go through all of that.
So what's first?
Alright, so first thing that we did when we basically got there was we went over the agenda of everything we were doing. So we basically got acquainted with everyone. We did these little, what were they,
The flashcards?
Yeah. We basically...
Child and parent.
Yeah, people pretended they were children and then the other pretended they were parents.
We had to find a family.
And you had to find a family based on that. What family would be your best fit? We were pretty nervous about it, but we got it done. Yeah. What do you think about it?
Bad.
I thought it was horrible. I thought it was horrible, but after we actually started doing it, it just went with it. So then other things that we did was listen to my dog whine. We went through basically what the GPS2 and the MAPP program is. And that is, the MAPP program is when you have to, like, these classes that we have to do the training to get us ready to be foster parents. Then we had a break, which we ate because everyone brings food.
Meatball subs and salad.
And salad. Salad was pretty banging.
With water.
With water. Next thing we did was, something actually very important, was we discussed partnership and teamwork. So basically, you need both when you're dealing with foster care. Went through the definition. So teamwork is basically two or more people working together. And then partnership is where two or more parties each contribute something. So you're giving something and taking something. Also discussed the criteria for mutual selection. So there's 12 skills for successful fostering and adopting. Let's see, does it give us on 12 or?
Looks like 9.
That's like 9, but
sometimes they have the pages mixed
that's
up.
yeah. Okay, so do you want to read half of when I read the other half?
Yeah, I'll read the first
Alright,
6.
yeah, read the first 6 and then I'll read the other 6.
As successful foster and their adoptive parents, you must be able to 1. Know your own family, assess your individual and family strengths and needs, build on strengths and meet needs. 2. Communicate effectively, use and develop communication skills needed to foster or adopt. 3. Know the children, identify the strengths and needs of children and youth who have been abused, neglected, abandoned, and or emotionally maltreated. 4. Build strengths and meet needs. Build on strengths and meet needs of children and youth who are placed with you. 5. Work and partnership. Develop partnerships with children and youth, birth families, and agency in the communities to develop and carry out plans for permanency. 6. Be loss and attachment experts. Help children and youth develop skills to manage loss and attachment.
In my opinion, that's going to be the hardest one. So then the other 6 would be manage behaviors. So help children and youth manage their behaviors. 8, build connections. Help children and youth maintain and develop relationships that keep them connected to their past. Build self-esteem. So help children and youth build in a positive self-concept and positive family, cultural, and racial identity. Assure health and safety is number 10. So provide a healthy and safe environment for children and youth and keep them free from harm. Assess impact. So assess the ways fostering and or adopting will affect your family. And then make an informed decision. So make an informed decision to foster or adopt. Alright, and then it just goes through more details on them, which I'm sure we'll get into eventually. So then, other things we had discussed was we went through a case study. So we went through a child's case study named Robert. He was a 12-year-old black child who was placed in a white foster home 2 weeks ago when his mother began serving a 3-month sentence. It goes so on and so forth. Basically, it asks us for what his strengths were and what his needs were. And we had discussed all those. let's see, and then it goes into definitions of different, what am I trying to say? Important definitions for foster and adoptive parents, so words that we should be familiar with. So obviously like adoption, abused child.
You know, read them. Not all the whole.
You just want to read the definitions of what we have?
Just the
important words.
Just the words, not the whole.
Oh, okay. So some important definitions that we need to know, which we have all of them here, would be, you want to start?
Yeah.
You want to read this page? I'll read. We'll do page to page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Abandonment, abused child, adoption, adoption planning, adoption subsidy, allegations, another planned living arrangement, approved foster home, the Adoptive and Safe Families Act, ASFAA.
And then other ones we would need to know would be confidentiality, court hearing, so the initial appearance hearing, the fact-finding hearing, and the dispositional hearing, court orders, custodies, diligent efforts, diligent search, disruption.
Assessment, best interests of the child, birth family, case plan, case review, certified foster home, child protective services, CPS worker, concurrent planning,
guardianship, home study, independent living, indicated, investigation, so like of a CPS report, a law guardian, a life book, neglected or maltreated child.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there is.
Emergency placement, extension of placement, family court, finalization, finding, foster care, freed for adoption.
Permanency planning, person in need of supervision, also known as the PINS, if anyone's familiar with the PINS program. Person legally responsible, petition, physical abuse, placement order, preventative services, reasonable efforts.
No reasonable efforts, notification letter, parental rights, permanence, permanency hearing.
Sexual abuse, source, State Central Register of Child Abuse and Maltreatment, or the SCR hotline. Subject, substantiated or indicated in summons.
Jeez, it goes on and on.
But yeah, it's in alphabetical order. Relatives
within the third degree, report, respite care, recertification and reapproval, reunification, risk, safety, self-concept, service plan review, SPR.
Strengths, termination of parental rights, unfounded, and uniform case record, or UCR. And then
special needs.
Special needs. So there's a lot of definitions that we do have to be aware of. Some of them I have to look at myself because even though I've heard of them, I haven't actually had to use them or be a part of them. So there are some that I'm gonna have to go on myself.
I don't know a lot of them.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, a lot. I'm probably gonna have to look at them a lot. And then we did watch a video based on children that were in foster care, and then like what their birth parents had said about it and things like that. Some things that we came out with was like some of their strengths were like attachment, being independent, understanding that what was going on. Strengths for the parents was like having hope, being understanding, acceptance. You're
I hear she wants her food.
Oh, this one will be another one. I can read that. You want to read that? So you want to read the rights and I'll have the role?
Yeah.
Alright, so then another really important thing that we want to discuss is the roles and responsibilities of foster parents. So as a foster parent, you are responsible for the temporary care and nurturing of a child who has been placed outside of his or her own home. During a time of disruption and change, you are given a child a home. At the same time, thanks, babe. At the same time, finish for me.
Your role includes working with the caseworker and the child's family so that the child can return home safely when appropriate. The role of the foster parent is to...
I'm going to take over.
Well, we can just flip.
Yeah,
provide temporary care for children, giving them a safe, stable, nurturing environment. Cooperate with the caseworker and the child's parents in carrying out a permanency plan, including participating in that plan. Understand the need for and goals of family visits and help out with those visits. Help the child cope with the separation from his or her home. Provide guidance, discipline, a good example, and as many positive experiences as possible. Encourage and supervise school attendance, participate in teacher conferences, and keep the child's caseworker informed about any special educational needs. Work with the agency in arranging for the child's regular and or special medical and dental care. Work with the child on creating a life book, a combination of a story, diary, and scrapbook that can help children understand their past experiences so they can feel better about themselves and be better prepared for the future. Inform the caseworker promptly about any problems or concerns so that needs can be met through available services. Thank you.
Alright, so now that I have my voice back, foster parents have the right to. So now he read what the role is, and I'm going to read what the rights are. So foster parents' rights are to accept or reject a child for placement in a foster home, define and limit the number of children that can be placed in the foster home within legal capacity. What was I trying to say? Capacity. Alright. Receive information on each child who is to be placed in the foster home. Expect regular visits from the child's caseworker to exchange information, plan together, and discuss any concerns about the child. Participate in regular conferences in the foster home to discuss the child's plan every 90 days or less is required. Receive notice of and participate in the service plan reviews or the SPRs and family court permanency hearings on a child placed in their home. Receive training on meeting the child's needs in care and having their personal privacy respected. So this is a huge binder. So it had all the information in it, and then instead of homework, they call it road work. So other things that we
Look at all that. I can't believe we did all that.
So things that we had to do was we had to go get our fingerprints done. We had to do a GPS2 or a MAPP family profile and attach our pictures to it so the child can see them. So we have all that done. Also, we did personal profiles for each one of us. Like, this whole thing is full of stuff. So we did personal profiles. Each one of us have one. We did the application for the foster adopted parents. We did the self-assessment, which we went over with you guys. We just never turned it in last time, but we will this time. We did another family profile, which is a couple profile. And then we consented for our fingerprints and a background check. And then things that we still need to do is get our medical report. So we have to go to the doctors and just have them fill it out and do that kind of stuff. So other than that, what is your overall take, babe? I think we had the same overall take. So I'm just going to say it. So what we kind of got from it was basically the whole partnership and teamwork aspect of it. You do have to work with the foster parents and agencies in order for it to go smoothly. Obviously, which I say obviously, but a lot of people do, is the foster parents will talk negatively about like their birth parents or things like that, when you have to remember the goal of foster parenting is to reunite the children with their families. So that's always very important, and I think that was our biggest takeaway from that. Would you agree, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we're going to go to our second meeting that we have. Remember, it's a 30-hour course, so we're going to go to that tonight, and by next week we'll have the other video for you on what happened. Make sure you subscribe and
Maybe
like
sooner.
our video.
Right,
Yeah, maybe sooner.
If
Yeah.
we do it.
We should. We should.
Took us long enough to do this one.
Listen, we're trying to do it before the next meeting, so we got this. Other than that, like and subscribe, share it if you must, and then, yeah, any questions, make sure you just comment.